1340 KVGC. On the phone with me is Douglas Viviani of Everything Old is New Again every Saturday and Sunday evenings at 6 o'clock right here on 1340 KVGC. Douglas, good morning.
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Doing well. You know.
Enjoying the new TV season in full swing here?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm a big fan of two shows. The Blacklist, which went to its... I don't understand this. When I was a kid, there was a TV, it started a couple of weeks after school and went until a couple of weeks before school was out. Now They stop everything in the middle of the, so it was the end last night of the fall season. Now I got to wait till January to see the next few episodes. Same thing with, Gotham, same thing, have you seen Gotham?
I have seen Gotham. I think it's really hitting its stride. This it's weird, like I say, season. I'm going to say this year, but I guess we'll say this season. I guess it's like 8 shows long, something like that, and then they'll pick up another 8 later on. Was about the villains and the rise of the villains, and you could see, the Riddler was coming along strong there. There was
the Penguin.
The Penguin's going strong. He's like a big hit, that guy.
Yeah.
Catwoman, you can see the girl is going to be Catwoman. Harvey Dent is around. So all these characters before Batman is in his heyday, of course, they're all battling James Gordon, right?
Right.
And then you've got Alfred teaching a young Bruce Wayne how to fight. And I think it's just got a great tone to it. We kind of did a show on it a little ways back. Almost about a year ago, talking about how DC is trying to fight back against Marvel, and this is a great show, a great way to do it. They're not doing, an Avengers type where all these special effects and all. They're doing a human drama, and I think that's where it gets down to the best, when it's just about the human characters and what are they doing. And by the way, there's these superpowers some of them have, but for the most part, they're just humans like anyone else, and what foibles we all have, but it's yours. I think it's great.
I mean, I don't want to turn this show into a Batman show, but
right.
I think this show may kind of let the mainstream people know that Batman and Robin, or Batman, is not the Adam West character that everybody comes to think of, and the character, the Joker and the Riddler and everyone else, Penguin, are not the people you saw on that TV show. Batman is a dark character. He's not right. No, I'm serious. He's not right.
I mean, he's the word vigilante comes up a lot when people talk about Batman, but if you really examine it, that's not really a good thing. He's not like Robin Hood or something. Even he's getting involved and digging down deep in the deep soul of his deep darkness of his soul, and coming up with the courage to battle tremendous odds. And these characters are complete evil, and to sometimes battle that, even as Jim Gordon, who's the soon-to-be Commissioner Gordon, I would think, is battling his own demons himself. Like, how do you battle evil without getting down and dirty into their mindset? And does that affect you? And does that make you evil a little bit? So, because you've got to live in that world to find out what they're going to do next.
All right, let me ask you this: How would you like it if your sainted wife tried to kill you?
Biting my tongue, because that happens about, twice a week over here. I deal with that. It's a motivating factor to sleep light and to stay in shape.
Hey, also a show that I don't think it's JD actually turned me on to this show, and I think when he was with us a couple of weeks ago, we may have even touched on this. I didn't watch this show for the first half of the season, and man, it is one of my favorites now, the Goldbergs.
Good for you. I'm glad you joined the club. JT's got it right. We had a discussion on the show, Everything Old is New Again, talking about this show, how it's just pretty much what we are, where we kind of take a look at the past and we examine pop culture today and look at its history and use, audio clips to jog our memories and look why things are popular today. And they do the same kind of thing. This is a show, if you haven't seen it, where the child protagonist, who's probably about 12 or 13, looks through his life as through videotape events that he's done as a child, and he's an adult looking back, sort of like a Wonder Years. And it's not dysfunctional family stuff, what family isn't dysfunctional, but it's not deeply dysfunctional. And the underlying theme, not to be corny, but is love. At the end, they always tie it up in a nice bow at the end, and it's very humorous and brings out the time-honored traditions of the 1980s and what it was like to live back then. I think it's great.
I read an article on it, and Adam Goldberg, the creator, Adam F. Goldberg, the creator, said that he actually had to tone it down because he didn't want his parents or his family to look any crazier than, or his smother, as he calls his mom, his smother. He said he had to tone her down like 50% because it was a lot crazier than this. And the sister, Erica, there's no sister in the real family. There's a brother, Eric, and the character is kind of, but both Barry and Adam though are according to Adam are spot on. But great show.
It's funny because shows usually, Hollywood, you can imagine they amplify things and they exaggerate things to make a series and so forth. And he had to turn it down. I guess all that went for good for him because he turned it into a career. But wow, he does represent quite a bit of people that grew up, especially people that I know in the East Coast.
The Wonder Years,
it's just amazing. They renewed that season for a show for a third season, and the chief of ABC, Paul Lee, says it's going to be around for a long time. Yeah. So it's our new Wonder Years, I guess we could say.
The Wonder Years was Fred Savage's character in the Wonder Years is exactly my age. So he and I. So me watching that, honestly, was like me watching my life again. Everything he went through at the same time in school, I did, and all the the events, man walking on the moon, all that were the same age. So I enjoyed that. This show, the Goldbergs, it's a little. JD was born in '82, so it's a little before him. He gets into the '80s part of it, but then. And that other show, Fresh Off the Boat, have you seen that at all?
I haven't yet, no.
That's in a little bit more in the 90s, and that's about a family that moves from New York to Florida. And so JD is right in the middle of those, but he says that I'm a dead ringer for Murray.
Well, I see you walking around from the webcam on KVGC.com, radio.com, and I see you wear the shorts all the time, so I'm wondering if you go home and you used to have the urge
Drop
to
my pants?
Take off your pants.
Well, I just called JD a moron and just go on with it. So anyway, what else is going on? What we got a Thanksgiving show this week or what?
Yes, we have a big Thanksgiving show this week. We start off, we're going to take a look at the history of, as we always do, and we've brought in a huge, tremendously well-known historian to let us know the true history of Thanksgiving. Linus from the Peanuts, of course. And so he's going to start us off going down the road there. And then we're going to take a look at the parade. I don't know about you, but I wake up every Thanksgiving morning, and I turn on that parade in New York, and I have this hope, this eternal hope that it's going to start the day off beautifully. It's a tremendous tradition, and then I last about 7 minutes. I don't know about you, it just doesn't seem to carry any fun to it the way it used to. I don't know. Those balloon floats are great for the kids and all that, but they get like a Broadway show comes out and they start doing some tap dancing and things, and it just doesn't translate to a parade, you know?
I like my version of the Thanksgiving Day parade is the parade from Miracle on 34th Street. That's what I see the parade as, and it never ends up that way. Like you say, now the long and suffering Teresa, my lovely wife, she loves them, but she doesn't get to watch it that much because, we always have Thanksgiving and Christmas at our house, so we're running around doing last minute stuff. But Teresa loves the parades. I don't particularly care for a parade. We had the Veterans Day parade right outside our door here a couple of weeks ago, and people were, hey, can we sit in front of your? Yeah, go ahead. And I just peek out the window every once. I don't know. Douglas, I've never been a parade guy.
It's sort of like fairs in New York. You have a tremendous fair there, but here, if you ever heard our discussion, you and I, a little ways back about the fairs in New York, and it's like I have this tremendous hope for some reason that, you're right. You see it like Miracle on 34th Street. It's going to be this homey, beautiful, wonderful, well-produced event, and it I hate to say it always seems to disappoint.
Yeah.
So we'll examine that. We'll go into like the traditions. What are the traditions that people have? Everyone has odd traditions. I don't know. When I grew up, believe it or not, King Kong was on every day, every Thanksgiving day. So as background, so we would turn that on, and then Mighty Joe Young. And so we'll talk about that a little bit. But these days, that's not on anymore. These days, it's all about it seems to be, I don't know, like a rush to let me watch football for 12 hours and not talk to anybody. So we're going to recoil, I think, against that a little bit. There's nothing wrong with football, but we keep it on in the background, and I think it's a day for the family, and not to run out shopping that night. I don't get that either.
I watched some shows last night, and I would say probably 3 of the commercials during a span of 2 hours, 2.5 hours, we're going to be closed on Thanksgiving because we believe in family and we want our friends to be. And it was the anti Black Friday type thing. Well, not the anti Black Friday, but people are open now. Stores are open on Thanksgiving or open
right.
at. Well, this was all nope. We're not going to open till Friday. So enjoy Thanksgiving with your family.
Exactly. And that's what I think is again we talk about it. It's kind of the idea is businesses are going to do what the people want. If everyone's out there shopping on Thanksgiving night, they're going to be open. But I think we're recoiling against that. I hope we are, because we kind of call it the war on Thanksgiving a little bit. Not only that, but you're seeing, and there's nothing wrong with Christmas. I love it, but it's after Thanksgiving, not before.
Sure,
all the stuff for Christmas is out already, and that's okay. But there's not, the Thanksgiving themed show or the Thanksgiving themed movie or what have you. That's very popular these days. So it seems to be kind of being taken for granted, and our favorite barbecue guy is not going to stand for it. Going to come on board probably about halfway through the show. If you haven't heard of him, he's quite an opinionated character. That's going to give us the recipes of, at least how to make the best Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving turkey. So he's going to come along.
A friend of mine, Bart Gilman, who owns Melon Faye's restaurant here in town, sent me a clip the other day. There's this video. There's this guy on the internet. I think he's passed away. I saw his videos maybe 8-10 years ago, and he goes, "Hey, is this barbecue guy?" I'm not kidding you. It's a guy called the Kid from Brooklyn.
I've seen that guy. Yes, buddies of mine.
Yeah, and he goes, "Is this the barbecue guy?" I said, "I don't think so. I sort of know the barbecue guy. I don't think this is him." But I was going to ask you, is barbecue guy going to give us some tips on how to grill the turkey this year?
It's going to be a little bit of a problem. He's got to transfer, because he's on the East Coast, from a barbecue to the oven itself. So that'll be a little bit of a discussion. Oh. But I think he's going to give.
He's not a real barbecue guy then. What do you mean?
So that's going to be part of the fight, I think. And then he'll win that battle. You know him. He's pretty forceful. He'll have some decent argument as to what that's about, and something probably to do with safety or what have you, and the size of the bird. But I'll tell you, he sounds bizarre. He has an odd accent. He's gruff. He's kind of nasty to Dave, which I think is kind of fun to listen to. And puts Dave in his place a little bit. But the recipes are actually legitimate, good stuff. So you listen. He does going to give a 10-minute dissertation on how to really brine and go through the proper presentation and preparation of the turkey. So tune in for that. He's really he's fun to listen to and fun to kind of just like say, this is a goof, but if you listen to the actual recipe, it's legit.
There we go. Everything Old is New again, Saturdays and Sundays at 6 o'clock with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen here on 1340 KVGC. Douglas, I won't talk to you before Thanksgiving,
right? So
have a great Thanksgiving. And are we going to take next week off from this show? Our little interview?
Everything Old is New again is going to be produced brand new and continued. If you would like to take a week off, feel free. If not, I'll be here.
Well, we'll see if I have that turkey coma or not.
Exactly.
All righty. Have a great one.
My pleasure. Have a great one. Happy Thanksgiving.